This is the Cadence of Life podcast, where we interview music professionals and entrepreneurs and learn the ins and outs of their career. Hey, welcome back to the Cadence of Life podcast show. Your host, Jeff Strahan, aka your boy Jay Ree. And today's guest is an up and coming R&B artist. She has traveled to the United States from her hometown in Nigeria to follow out her music career. She is currently working with an Austin, Texas music producer and is releasing a new single called Trouble next week. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show ESIYON. Welcome, ESIYON.
Hi,
Welcome to the show.
thank you. Thank you so much for having me here.
That's so awesome. I'm glad that we could, you know, have the honor of having you on the show. I know that you're working on a lot of big things right now. Can you tell us a little bit about some of that stuff?
Um, yes, I can. So right now I'm trying to work on my single, not trying, but I'm actually working on it. And I think in about a week I would be releasing that first single. And I started music like a while ago, but I kind of stopped. I kind of wanted to find myself, but now I feel like I'm in the right space to start again. And yeah, my new single, Trouble, hopefully will be out next week.
And is that like a soulful type track or like a love track or what type of track is that?
It's like a really chill type of song. Like it's like a more like a, I think I would say psychedelic kind of vibe that it has. But the lyrics is like trouble. So the trouble is like the girl is saying the guy is trouble, like he's giving her mixed signals, like he's causing all this trouble, emotional distress, and she's trying to like figure out what is going on, like what is she gonna do, and like that's how the song
Oh, that's
goes.
awesome. That's awesome. So, what inspired you to get into music? Was you like in church as a little kid, or did you just sing in the shower type thing? Or I mean, did something just inspire you and you just said, I want to do this?
So as a child I always knew that I wanted to like be a performer, like just perform for people. I didn't care what it was. I just wanted to like be in front of people. I didn't, whether make them laugh, whether to sing or dance. I just wanted that, that stage. And every time I would like perform for my parents and like my family members. And the thing is like I come from like a really complicated like family. So I didn't really get the support that I needed, cuz if I did get that support, they would have taken me to these places and like helped me grow in that talent. But I didn't get that support, but I always knew deep inside this is what I want to really do. And so now I'm able to do it, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm going to do this. Music is something that's going to allow me to dance, perform, travel the world, reach out to different people, see different cultures. So I'm ready for it.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
So, what do you think that is different in the culture you came from versus the culture of the United States? Is there a huge difference, or is there just something that more enticing to be here?
There is a huge difference in the culture. I'm not going to lie. Because back home, it was more like a really conservative kind of lifestyle. Like you couldn't do certain things, women couldn't do certain things, men couldn't do certain things. It was more really conservative. It was more like you were put in a box. And then when I came here, I just saw how freely like people lived. People were able to express themselves. People were able to do whatever they wanted. Like your parents couldn't stop you once you got like to the legal age. you had control of everything. Your parents couldn't stop you, your family couldn't stop you, which was like one of the major things that was holding me back in Nigeria at home, my family, and also there's this thing about family integrity and dignity, and like you wouldn't want to mess up your family's name or something like that. But here I feel like I don't have any of that connection. Like I don't have any of that holding me back. I feel like I'm a human being who's just trying to be happy and chase her dreams.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Um, as a female artist, do you think that there's roadblocks that you have to go through versus what you see as male artists, or do you think it's easier to be in the music industry as a female?
So, in my opinion, I feel like it is easier to start music as a female, especially when you're like going solo as an indie artist. It is really easy to like put your music out there and get like the attention of people. Because I feel like the world, I don't know, there's some sort of way the world is programmed to like favor girls, in the music and entertainment industry. For guys, it takes like several years of like trying to build a reputation, trying to network. But for girls, we get to network with people much easier. And I'm just speaking out of my experience. And I know there's a lot of shady stuff that does happen underneath all of this, but it is definitely easier for the females.
Yeah, I can see that. I know as being a music producer myself, I think that with guys, we got to have this hard attitude, and we have to have a certain type of image.
Yeah.
And I think with females, it could be just even the simplest girl, like she doesn't even have to have like all the exotic type bodies or anything.
Yeah,
But it could just be her and her guitar, and people want to listen, versus if a guy is standing there. I think that there's a different mood that is
mhm.
in the atmosphere. um, what has been a goal that you have reached so far in your music?
So far in my music, because I just started like a month ago, I just started again. But in the previous years, I did have two singles that I put out. I went to the studio, I paid for time, recorded songs, and I just kind of put them on my social media. Nothing really big, no publishing, nothing. And that was what I achieved there in Nigeria. And I did go for shows, and I did go to clubs, and I did like little performances here and there. And I feel like I have that little experience with like performing in front of people. So like I feel like next time I'm gonna like eventually do it, I'm not gonna be as nervous as I was the first time. I'm gonna be more confident and know that, okay, you know what, you got this, you've done this before. It's not hard. Just enjoy yourself, have fun. And I feel like here, now that I just started, the experience I have now is, or what I've accomplished is, I've been able to register myself with a PRO, and I've also registered myself with a distributor and a admin publishing company. So I'm just doing all these independent stuff for myself so I can like grow as an artist and be more professional, and because this is my career, and I'm sorry, tongue twist. This is my career and I'm taking it serious.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, Now being the COVID has kind of shut down a lot of the venues here in Austin.
Yeah.
Um, just out of all the venues here, what would be a good venue or place that you would like to perform here in Austin?
That's a tough question. Cause I just moved here to Austin, like I think August.
Oh wow.
Yeah, which is like 3 months ago. I just moved here, and I moved here while COVID had already happened and is still happening. So I don't really know all these places. I don't know quarter of this city. Like I just I just got here and I'm waiting for COVID to be over. That's why I joined a lot of these Facebook groups so I can network with people and like see where stuff happens, you know. But I'm just hopefully waiting for COVID to be over so I can start exploring and going out there and putting myself out there. But for now, I don't know any venues.
That's awesome. Yeah, speaking of Facebook groups, that's how, we got connected was the Austin,
Yeah.
Texas Producers of Music group.
Mhm.
And then also you was able to link up with a producer in there and y'all
Oh,
are now working on this new single. Um,
yes.
I'm not gonna go into any in depth about him or anything because I'm sure at one point he'll probably be on this show. But I think that it's awesome that you guys could meet up in the group. That's one reason why I made the group is so that way Austin can kind of network and
Yeah.
work with each other. I know that there's a lot of groups out there that just promote, promote, promote. That's all they do. People just spam it, and I didn't want it to be like that. I wanted it to where you can actually network with somebody. If you have a question, you can get
Yeah.
answers. And also too, since you're so new to Austin, the one cool thing about what we do in that group is the fact that we also meet up. We used to before COVID had hit, we used to
Yeah.
go to the Capitol Factory once a month, and we would rent a space in there once a month, and it would be on like the last Wednesday of the month or the last Monday or something,
Yeah.
and we would all meet up in there and work on projects
That's
and
awesome.
also do like a review, like feedback, and like we would um have people come in with their music, whether it be artists, musicians, producers, anybody that just made music, and you would come in, even DJs. We even had some DJs come in with some mixes and just say, "Hey guys, what do y'all think about this?" And you'd have producers telling you, "Oh, it would be cool if you added in this or that," or had singers critiquing you on your vocals, and so you got to network and have some feedback. And when we started the group and we started seeing how everybody could react to each other and interact with each other, it just made everything a lot better. So that's really awesome that y'all met like that, and it's awesome that you have reached out to these groups that are here in Austin, and I'm sure there's other ones. And you'll get a lot of feedback, but there's a ton of venues here in Austin. Stubbs, ACL, there's just a ton of them that are either big huge events or just little bar type events.
Yeah.
But you will definitely like it here in Austin.
And I just wanted to add real quick. I really appreciate you creating that group and like what you do. And I think it's amazing and it's awesome. And like people like you bring other people together. And like you're really an important part of the process. And I just wanted to say that.
Oh yeah, no, you're welcome. And also, I want to say, I appreciate that. I was trying to say it both at the same time.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I work with a lot of different people in this industry. I've been actually recording artists since 2001. Different
Wow.
musicians, and my dad was a musician. I grew up with rock bands in my living room every day. So when I kind of ventured off and started doing my own thing, I didn't have any networking. So I went on to Facebook. I joined a group and met up with some guys, and then they said, "Well, let's go start our own group," and that's where we ended up. Um, who would you love to collaborate with if you could?
If I could, I would love to collaborate with her. She's so amazing. She's awesome. She's like a rock star. I would definitely want to sing with her. And one of my favorite rappers, Big Sean. I
Oh,
would love
okay.
with Big Sean too. And who else? For now, those are the two people that kind of.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Um, you said that before we started this podcast, we were kind of talking. You said you had performed a couple places. You
Yes.
how did you feel about when you performed?
Okay, so the first time was terrible. It was the first time I was nervous, I was shaking. I got on stage, my stage presence was whack, I wasn't moving well, and I was singing, my voice was shaky. Like the people in the audience could tell, like obviously this is her first time. Like she's never been on a stage before. But I feel like that is a really important part of the process. Like when you do that, you get to just let it all out, like that fear, that anxiety, that nervousness, like it just comes out. And when you do it the second time, you have it, but it's like it's way lesser than the first time. You do it the third time, it just keeps going down from there. And I feel like the couple times I've done it, I've like taken that fear and anxiety way down to like 10% maybe. So next time I'm on stage, I feel like I'm gonna do pretty good. I'm going to use my stage presence and all of that because I did get feedback from the audiences, and I've worked on those things that I know that I need to work on, and I feel like now I'm better.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, hopefully soon we can get you to perform here in Austin. I'm sure
Yeah,
there'll be a whole lot of people that will
I'm
come
excited.
out for that. Um, what do you see that is next for you? Maybe in the 2021, do you see maybe making an album, or is a show like what do you think that would might be your next move?
I see myself doing an EP, because I kind of want to just like have a couple songs like just put on my platform, so like people can get to like get a feel of like what my music is about. After this single, I'm gonna be working on my EP. That way, I have a body of work that people can, see. Like, I just don't want to have one or two songs and then, people don't really. I feel like
Yeah.
people don't really get all the vibe. And yeah, I do see myself having an EP, the big, the first, the start of 2021, and going down after the first, I might release a couple singles after the beginning, and hopefully an album or something else, or I get signed, or anything could happen.
Right. I'm interviewing you today, and by next year this time, you'll be working with a big label or something.
Yes, I will.
Well, do you have any questions for me?
I like your shirt. But if I have any questions.
Well, I thank you again for coming on to the show. We will be on the lookout for all your new music, and if you ever need anybody to promote you, just hit me up. Let me know. I'll definitely give you a shout out on the Facebook, Instagram, wherever you need it.
Yeah,
I thank you again for coming, and maybe here shortly, maybe in the beginning of the year or something, you might be back, talking about your new album, or you got a show coming up. So this is really exciting.
yeah.
Thanks again for being here, and this is Jeff Strahan, aka your boy Jay Ree. You're listening to the Cadence of Life podcast, and we are out.
Bye.
Peace. Here's a small sample of ESIYON's new single called Trouble. Thank you for listening to Cadence of Life podcast. Check us out on Facebook, the Cadence of Life podcast. You can check out your boy Jay Ree or any of his music, Beats by Jay Ree, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Thank you again for listening. See you next time.